Jacksonville, Florida, February 2025. It's AI for Business Live, and it's the team's first live event in 5 years. I'm about to give a keynote to an audience full of entrepreneurs, business owners, all industries represented, and I'm honored and grateful to be there. The team, the AI for Business and Real Advisors team, has been such champions of my career. We've done business together. They've supported me. They brought me into their movement. Let me tell you, this wasn't my first speaking engagement as an entrepreneur, but it was the most important yet. My palms are sweaty, knees weak, mom's spaghetti. That's the last time I take public speaking advice from Eminem. Here's the thing. I wanted to give back in the biggest way possible to this team. They've been such a blessing in my life. I had no idea this speech would plant the seed for everything that came next. Let me give it to you straight. After that identity crisis I had at the Charlotte Entrepreneurs event and other events thereafter, I didn't hide. I did the opposite. I started going to more events. I started speaking everywhere I could. I was testing my message with anyone who wanted to hear, and I was falling down in public as a result. But I was getting clearer by the day. Every time I told my $2 bill story, the analogy that I've been using my entire life and television career, people would light up. They'd come up afterwards with their own $2 bill stories. It resonated, and everybody had their own story. But then they'd say the same thing. I love the analogy, Brad. I get it, but I still don't know what makes me the $2 bill. I'd be having these conversations for months, but Jacksonville was different. Because as a result of Jacksonville, I met Danny. And Danny changed everything. So I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing, telling my grandmother Charlotte's story about the $2 bills, explaining how being rare and memorable is everything in business and everything that my television career was. The audience, they're with me. I can feel it, that energy you get when people are really listening, really connecting. There's no other feeling like it. Then I get to the part about helping entrepreneurs becoming impossible to ignore. And I say something that just comes from my heart. Here's what I've discovered. A lot of really smart people can't explain why anyone should hire them. The room goes quiet. Not bored quiet, at least I don't think. Engaged quiet. They're brilliant, but invisible, world-class at their craft, rookie at telling their story. They're the person everyone should know, but almost nobody does. I see heads nodding, people leaning forward. Your background gets you in the room. Your story gets you attention. But your positioning gets you paid. And I'm looking out at this audience, and I see this individual, Danny. Danny's nodding. She's taking notes. Danny gets it. After the speech, Danny comes up to me, and that conversation changed everything. Danny reached out after Jacksonville. I put out an offer, and she responded. Danny's an incredible woman. She has run a lot of triathlons, 13 of them. She's a 13-time Ironman finisher. Think about that for a second. 13 of them. That's not just athletic achievement. That's mental toughness. Most people can't even comprehend. So Danny's coaching entrepreneurs, but here's how she was describing what she did. I equip high-performing entrepreneurs to weaponize emotions into elite-level momentum. Amazing, right? But I'm like, Danny, what does that even mean? She laughs. And this is how I'm writing the story. I have no idea. But it sounds impressive, right? Wrong. It sounds like corporate jargon had a baby with a motivational poster. So we spent Well, scheduled for 45, but we spent 90 minutes together, and here's what we discovered. Danny doesn't just help people manage their emotions, she helps them flip their worst emotions into their biggest wins. Stressed? She shows you how to turn that into laser focus. Are you angry about something? She helps you flip that into unstoppable drive. Are you overwhelmed? She transforms that into crystal clarity. She doesn't help you manage emotions. She helps you transform them into your superpower. So instead of I equip high-performing entrepreneurs to weaponize emotions into elite-level momentum, she now says, I guide ambitious entrepreneurs to flip their emotions to their biggest wins. It's simple, it's clear, completely unique. Oh, did I mention she's finished 13 Ironmans? Game over. Danny became my first real test, my proof that this could work, and she was going to be in the audience for my next speech in Orlando. So let me tell you about Orlando. Orlando AI for Business Live Part 2. That happened end of May, beginning of June in 2025. And let me tell you, the team stepped it up big time. There was over 600 people in the audience, including Danny. This time, I'm giving a different keynote, and it's the first time I've given this keynote. And it's an AI for Business Live conference, so I thought I'd connect AI to my world and the world that everybody's sitting in. Titled, If You Don't Know What Makes You Different, Neither Can AI. So I'm on stage talking about the thing everyone's struggling with, that feeling that there's more than this, more than your inbox, more than your to-do list, more than that next Zoom call coming. I tell them about my corporate exit. I tell them about the fact that I'm in my mid-40s. I have a mortgage. I have 2 daughters, a wife who believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I share all of the vulnerable stuff. The Trader Joe's parking lot moment, the Benadryl bedtime strategy, the fear of making the biggest mistake of my life. Then I hit them with the core message. If you can't say what makes you different, neither can AI. The room, it's silent again. But then this time it erupted. At the end, I had a standing ovation for the second time. But here's what happened next. After the speech, it didn't stop. I didn't stop meeting all of you that were at the event. For almost 2 days, nonstop conversations late into the night, and I couldn't get enough. You were telling me your stories. You were sharing your struggles with being invisible despite being incredible. Here's the crazy part. I had people giving me $2 bills to sign. I'm signing $2 bills. Can you believe that? Everyone, as a result, wanted my help. Everyone see themselves in my story. Everyone realizes they're brilliant, but invisible. The woman who's been struggling to explain her consulting business for 3 years. The guy with 20 years of corporate experience who can't turn it into a clear offer. The entrepreneur who knows she's different, but can't put it into words. They're all having the same realization. That's me. I'm Danny before the breakthrough. And then it hit me. This wasn't just about helping individual entrepreneurs anymore. This was bigger. Way bigger. Talking to person after person in Orlando 2 days straight, and I realized something that stops me cold. Every single person has expertise that could change someone's life. Every single one is the $2 bill in their industry. But most of them can't see it. That was me. Most of them can't explain it. That was me. Most of them are hidden in plain sight. That was me. And here's what really got to me. How many people out there need exactly what these experts offer, but they can't find each other because the message isn't clear. And when the message isn't clear, does the tree fall in the forest? It's not that they're not good at what they do. They are. They're incredible at what they do. They just can't tell anyone about it. And that's when I knew this wasn't about me helping a few people with their positioning. This was about creating a movement, a way to help brilliant people stop being invisible. Let me tell you, that feeling, unreal, grateful, overwhelming. Still feel all of that today. And I wanted to serve even more. I wanted to help even more. This is where I live, to help people, to be on stage, to be a leader, to be a guide, to see people break through. I knew I had a gift, but this was the first time I actually believed it. You were there. Some of you were there when you saw my breakthrough, the overwhelming response. All of you helped make me a believer. You want to know the truth? When I realized the scope of this problem during those 2 days in Orlando, I had no words. It was the most humbling thing I'd ever experienced. But it was also the thing that I was finally looking for. The thing that keeps me up late at night. I can't stop thinking about it, and gets me up early in the morning because I want to take steps forward. I'd spent over 20 years in television creating content that millions of people watched. But this was bigger. This felt bigger. I live for this. I cannot wait for the next event to share my message, to connect with you, to help you. This is now my life's mission, to help brilliant people stop being invisible and start being impossible to ignore. That weekend in Orlando, only a few months ago, the $2 bill brand wasn't just my positioning anymore. It was my mission. It became my mission. So Danny implemented her new positioning. She's off to the races. But she's only one now of dozens of experts I've helped transform from invisible to impossible to ignore. The $2 bill brand isn't just about finding what makes you different. It's about turning that difference into a business that changes lives. If you're an expert entrepreneur struggling with what I call expertise invisibility syndrome, it's a mouthful, but expertise invisible syndrome is what it is. You are not alone. So I want you to take the $2 bill brand test to discover what makes you unforgettable. Links below. And if you want to go deeper, let's explore the $2 bill brand audit to create your complete positioning strategy. Because here's what I learned back in Jacksonville, and then again in Orlando. Your expertise is too valuable to stay invisible. Be unforgettable. Be the $2 bill.